Battle control initialized.
Hey there, folks! It's another day, another cast by me, checking out like four notable players in the CA community. One of which is like a newcomer, but I'm pretty sure you've heard his name before. Not here in CA, probably in ORA, pretty much, right? So on the top left we have the team Legato and Team Oops. Legato Oops, and on the bottom right we have WhoCares and Creo. So again, like all of them are pretty much good with the game. Like um they got the mechanics down. Creo, for instance, may not have played combined arms as long as these three, but he has the mechanical skills from playing RTS, which also transferred over to him playing out in CA. Pretty much the only thing that requires his attention is trying to learn the stuff of the game, like the mechanics, some intricate information that is available in CA that's applicable in CA but not applicable in other games. Some things like that. Yeah, game knowledge. But let's see, both Legato Oops went for the same, so they went barracks and refinery. WhoCares Creo, both of them went for War Factory after the refinery. Interesting. So we're gonna be seeing some vehicle rushes in this one. Creo got England. Let's see. The people who random here is only Oops and Creo. So Creo has England. Oops has America, USA. So we're seeing Creo with a harvester first. Is not making like scout tanks or whatsoever. He's not gonna be doing that. Currently, he stopped producing from his barracks and uh CV for a short while. I think it's just to have some time spent for ore truck in order for that, like, he doesn't run out of money. Because if you remember, our refinery has a different build time. So the moment you have an ore refinery running in your production and a war factory, you'll be running out of money very, very quick. Disappear. A warrior push here from Legato has been made, attempting to destroy the power plant, but I think I think the laser turret may not be enough or may not be in time to kill off. Will it? Okay, it survived. It managed to survive. If Legato had like 2 or 3 more warriors try to destroy this, it would have been destroyed. Sneak attack here by Legato has been seen. We see an APC by Creo. It does not have anything. It's just APC. So with the mass infantry right there and a medic in the back supporting it, it's not enough for the APC to pick it off. Right now, Creo says there he has a pillbox ready. He's gonna be placing it around here, and there we go. So this sneak attack by Legato pretty much not do a lot. Like, he did not destroy the buildings. However, he did manage to force both players to spend money deploying the turrets. That's a value in itself. Pretty good so far. However, like the amount of money he spent on trying to make warriors and try to destroy it may not be worth it in that regard. So we see here Oops trying to scout out for his teammate, for his team, and Creo does see the ranger earlier. So that ranger will be killing off this rifle right there. One spotter down. Oh, never mind. It's still alive. So, going back here to the production queue, let's see what everyone has in stored. It does appear Legato will be going first for a triple ref build. No, quadruple ref build, 4 ref build, because he wants to get the very first allegiance declaration notification right there. He's gonna be selecting one. He will be going for Malefic. Okay. Oops will be going for the economy policy. And we do see WhoCares right away going straight for a Temple of Nod. The reason he's able to do that, because if you remember, in the very beginning of the game, instead of deploying like Creo did, Legato did, Oops did, he went from here, go here, so that he can base scroll towards the expansions, towards the tip field. So that's really good play by him. Like, You don't have to worry about like moving out, spending time like point A to point B. Like that time that you spent there could be could be spent on something else. Does seem like Oops is just sending out couple of rifles trying to set up a vision net, a location. He's gonna spend some spotters. I'm not sure if you managed to see that one. No, it's just on the edge. So let's have a vision check here, folks. Top left team, they have a lot of vision in control. So we see Legato here spreading out all of his warriors on this concave direction. This means this is secured, this is secured. And then here we see Oops trying to do the same, although with less rifles. So if there's any movement that they will need to look out for, it should be on this direction, in this area. So they don't have the full information net deployed, unlike how it is here for Legato. If anything goes through here, Legato will be informed. That's pretty much the concept right there. And as for the other team, they don't have a lot of information. They don't know where the other team is at. Again, so if there's gonna be something happening soon, it's gonna be over here. Try to poke out this, and we do see a Nighthawk being deployed by Oops. Oops maybe using it, trying to pick off rockets, and then snipers. If not that, it's gonna be prisms. But I do think it's gonna be used against the rockets. So Nighthawks, for anyone who's not played CA, Nighthawks are very infamous here against a US player, because they have, it's basically a Chinook, right? Like, it can shoot down the ground. What's annoying is it's tanky and it does good damage towards infantry. I think it one bursts a rocket soldier. I think that's the case there. So we see a couple of gunwalkers here by Legato trying to scout out. Creo does see that, and he's trying to deal with that potential problem right there, that maneuver. And currently, WhoCares is now sending out a bug in order for him to see what's their base look like. But unfortunately for him, he ran into a column of infantry just ready for him there. Currently, with the information they have, because of this search net, information net, I forgot the term that I usually use for this one, but because of that, they are just pushing in really safe. Doesn't have to worry about, like, there's nothing here, right? So they have to worry about it until they see it. So right now they see there's a longbow trying to pick off the other longbow, but unfortunately it's not enough. So Legato is just pushing in, trying to divert some of the forces here by Creo into reacting to this one. And now with the commando IFV, this has Tanya inside it, is now in position. And again, the Nighthawks is now sending pepper shots onto the Prism tank because he does not want the Prism tank to attack. A lot of rifles right here. And the commando IFV is doing work. But sad to say, it's been shot down by the longbow. Two longbows there by Creo going down. One longbow there by Oops going down. And it does seem like Creo, don't lose your MCV. Oh, one shot, one more shot. The rocket from the Nighthawk, just enough to give the chill debuff so that the medium tank could catch up. That's a really costly engagement. Come on, Upps, you're an alright player. You should know that. Yeah, exactly. Like, it was too costly, because right now Oops threw all of his troops, all of his infantry, all of his tanks just to destroy the MCV. But what's the value right here? We have 18k by Creo, and right now he sees the information. He sees the Conyard is right here. He is now moving in, trying to pressure Oops. Oops, you should get back. This ain't your day right here. You should get back. And we now see a lot of troops being prepared here by Legato, worth 27k, and it is also spotted WhoCares advance Excuse me. Movements over here as well, because of the warriors being dead. Going back here, we see Upps is now being pressured with the tree blocking the way. Oh, okay, but it does seem like he's gonna be losing out this expansion. He needs to pull this back a little bit. Tanya in the back, but we do see a veil of war being deployed, and there goes Tanya because of the sniper with the combination of the longbow providing information. Going back here above, we do see Legato's pushing in, trying to destroy the MCV by Upps. Oh wait, WhoCares? But WhoCares does not have the capacity to push off Legato on that one. He only has one SSM with the amount of infantry. Legato right here. WhoCares is now pressured. What will they do? So let's have a situation check right here, folks. We saw Upps trying to push in, trying to expand, but unfortunately he did try to trade Creo with his troops on that one. Creo lost his MCV, yes, but in terms of army value, Creo is ahead because he did not lose quite as much as Upps did. And that same army value bite him back with a push over here. However, WhoCares tried to push in, and since Legato just stayed for tier 2, did not bother going for tier 3, and WhoCares like went for tier 3, right, and had some upgrades. He spent extra cash on those and less on like productions, etc. Perhaps that's what happened. Also, it does seem like Legato has 4 infantry productions, so that's one core feature why he outproduced WhoCares in that situation. A lot of gunwalkers right there. What this means, folks, is probably the best thing WhoCares could make against Legato's composition right now is since he's upgraded the battle tanks into laser battle tanks, which means they deal less damage versus vehicles like heavy armor, but deal good damage against light armor and infantry. That's one of the core response core unit WhoCares could make. And the second is SSM launchers. Like both of those are good with the targets, with Legato's composition. So what's gonna happen here? What I'm gonna imagining is that when WhoCares spent way too much into anti-infantry, anti-light armor, Legato will be having a mix-up in that one. Like, he only has one warp sphere here, maybe 1 or 2 tripods. Because, again, he went for Malefic, and currently he has Void Spike. Yeah, he hasn't built a tier 3 yet. So the moment he has tier 3, it's gonna be a tripod, and then just send one tripod somewhere else, and then have anathema applied to it. So currently, WhoCares has to play defensively. Oh, but sad to say, because there's no tank in the back right now. That's the best thing that Legato can do. Just fight back. That's it. Push in. Put the vehicles in front. Try to mitigate the damage. And right now, Harriers are being called to deal off with SSM launchers. SSM launchers are going down one by one. And because of the help by Upps right there, destroying the SSM launchers, it also prevented a total catastrophe on this side. And currently, Legato's pushing in, forcing Creo to try to react to that one. Right now, Creo's answer to that one, okay, I'll try to come back and help Upps. Help WhoCares. WhoCares lost his one war factory right there. Let's pause for a little bit. WhoCares has 6k in the bank. That means he will be floating for a little bit right there because he does not have the extra production being running around right now. Like no MCV producing, no producing buildings or defenses. So that's one less right there. He's gonna be floating at 7k, 8k, and a bombing run right there, strafing run with the use of Upps' strafing run on top of this area. However, Creo just sidestep on that one. So currently right now, great trade right there. I say that was a great trade by Legato. He spent a lot of troops right there. So 2 things Legato did there. Legato used all of his troops, destroy WhoCares production. Destroy WhoCares' MCV. and force Creo to reposition from here. A lot of his troops, like right here earlier, reposition back here. So that's the core objective. Like Legato managed to secure there, and on top of it all, because there's no MCV, there's no refinery here, right? This tip field right here is fully crushed in terms of value. Like there's nothing of value here. If you don't know, the black Tiberium is worth 1/3 of a regular Tiberium. So this is a huge damage. Like it doesn't matter if WhoCares expand here because it's less, right? And like he spent a lot of troops trying to divert attention from this one. I'd say Legato did well in that maneuver. And because the fighting was over here, it's not here, right? It's not here. They did not fight here. They fought for the most part here. Legato managed to spend extra time for him to recover his troops. And right now, Tanya inside the IFV tried to do something. However, longbows are there and picking her off the IFVs. Right now, we are seeing Creo trying to push. Again, these are the same troops that were here earlier trying to help out WhoCares, but unfortunately, again, great move by Legato trying to divert forces. Currently, Creo, who's? Oh, okay, yeah, I was wondering like whose GPS that was, right? Just curious. So that is the top left team's GPS. What I'm curious is there's no pings for it so far. Do they see this? Do they see this detachment by Creo? Creo attempting to deal some sort of damage onto Upps' side right there. That's what I'm curious right now as we're gonna be playing on, because usually Legato has a very wide screen and he sees a lot of information on the map on a glance, right? Like he does that. I don't know how it is for other players here if they have a very huge resolution. Right now there's no pings. There's no pings being outside here. The pings is only right here. Currently, there we go. So Upps is now aware of it. However, it does seem like Legato's gonna lose his MCV to the attack right there by Creo. Creo also destroying the refinery over there. Right now, Upps is forced to pull back. Legato is forced to pull back also because he has no vehicles over there. And the damage has been done. One MCV down, one refinery down, and it does seem like Creo is trying to look for the MCV. Is he going to see it? No, he's not going to see it. Okay, he's trying to look. He's trying to look for something. He's trying to look for information. Where are the troops? And there's an information right here. Something being killed. Right now, a lot of troops are being sent back trying to attack on this one. Creo right now feels like it's gonna be a good time to attack on this one. So, Mr. Good Sir Creo, if you're watching this one, just for like a tip on this, if you got cryo rockets, that also applies to your longbows, and you only need 4 longbows in order to burst out 1 harvester. Like have everyone attack 1 harvester. And then after that 1 burst is down, you use the second burst on the next harvester. So I usually say this to anyone who's playing allies in my replay session. So we see here that's a huge huge amount of troops being diverted, and we see here WhoCares being sent. Oh! That's a great missile right there by WhoCares. And right now we do see a couple of two Vipers trying to poke out here. I think WhoCares was a little bit conscious. He pulled back a little bit. He could just send them over here, but I think he's just waiting. He's just waiting for more troops to come up, so that when there's a lot of troops coming up, he's gonna be sending these over here, and all of those harvesting operations right there will be gone. It does seem like Upps managed to have an MCV deployed over here to the front line. So currently he needs to push in his forces with the Harrier going around here. Is still feeling like there's not a lot of problem. He has to look here because there's nothing he's seen, right? But as we know just now, Creo just expanded there. That's the information. That's the core information. Upps does not know currently. And we do see a Void Spike being deployed here. The one key feature on Void Spike, try to avoid planting it around the structure or defense. Well, defense, sure. Because, like, you know, sometimes there's going to be defense here, right? But the thing is, Void Spike does not inform if the Harvesters are under attack. So that's one key feature any Malefic player would need to know. And currently we see here, there's a movement right here by WhoCares. That's 1 Harvester down, 2 Harvester down, 3 Harvester down, 4th, and possibly the 2 refineries. Currently we see here, because of the lack of information right there, did Creo have 2? No, never mind. I thought he had 2 MCVs, because while I was like half speed, right, he already had a camo pillbox ready. Anyway, sad to say that Harry is going down. There's nothing stopping the Tanya. Oh, never mind. There's longbow ready in action, but Legato right now moving in, destroying the Allied Tech Center. So I was talking here earlier. I saw the GPS satellite going online. Great play by Legato. So he delayed bottom team's GPS alongside any tech unit, tier 3 unit or upgrades. And does seem like WhoCares right here is gonna be sending in a lot of troops trying to poke out Legato, trying to give Legato a dilemma. Right now, Legato's already here. He has troops here already. He cannot send this back to the base, so all he can do here is deal a lot of damage. And currently right here, Upps has Tanya just prepared over there. Oh, she's dealing damage right there, killing off all the infantry. And with the Prism Tower in front, he is now dealing a lot of stuff. Now, Commando right here by WhoCares is pretty much uncontested. So all of the base right here by Legato is pretty much dead. I do think the bottom team will be winning this one. Unfortunately, bottom right base by Creo also destroyed by Legato. Again, but folks, it's gonna be a base race. All of this stuff right here has to push in. All of this stuff here has to push in. And currently Tanya is now mocking all of Creo's troops right there. Is that all you got? Any powers? Yeah. I don't think Upps has powers for that one. He has strafing run ready in 10 seconds. However, I think he's gonna be using that for that. Other thing he could do is use it over there. Creo few building left. He's not, yeah. While Creo only has few buildings left, he does not know like where Creo's MCV is. I think he's working on the fact like Creo doesn't have an MCV. So currently, Legato's out of the game, folks. And we see a lot of troops right here by WhoCares just pushing in without any care in the world. WhoCares, man? And right now, the MCV, the War Factory by Creo's dead, and yeah, pretty much Legato is out of the game right now. He can build stuff, but unfortunately, I don't think he has money. Oh no, he has no money. He has no money. No, that's not the last building. That's not the last building. No. Oh, okay. It's okay, folks. They tried. There's an MCV here. So as long as the MCV is alive, it's gonna be okay. Harrier is using micro there by WhoCares. So a lot of troops here by WhoCares is pretty much infantry like laser light tanks and Vipers. So good against light infantry, good against what do I mean light infantry? Light armor, good against light armor, good against infantry. And I think if we look back on what units produced by Legato right there, he never made any heavy armor. So WhoCares made use of that one. He's like, okay, if you're not gonna be making any sort of heavy armor, it's time for me to show you why I'm considered as one of the veterans for CA, right? If you want to be better in CA, you need to understand what's the composition of your enemy and then adapt to it accordingly. Higher snipe? No, it's not possible. They're just saying that because they don't know where the MCV is. No ammo. Yeah, it's too sad. That's pretty much it. I think both teams did their best. It's okay. Both teams did their best. It's just that Legato wasn't able to transition because usually when he does get tier 3, he's gonna be making tripods and then have just 1 or 2 tripods. Ooh. That almost killed him. Right now, Legato's just pushing in with his CV, trying to tank the damage. If WhoCares gonna attack that, it may be best just to not deploy, is what I think. But it's a pincer attack on 2 sides. Unfortunately, that's gonna be it for this game, folks. And the GG's been called by Legato first. Again, folks, these 4 players are really good with what they do. They are very, very good in the game. And I think that's gonna be it for this one. And I'll see you on the next cast.
Battle control terminated.